All you have to do is remember, how did you get those clients in the first place? What's happening, sales ascenders? It is Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. Hope you're doing good. I had a great question come in over the past couple of days. This is kind of a somber, like real one for a second. So I'm just going to kick the question up here. Scott T came to me last week saying this. He said, Sean, man, I just lost 3 clients and I'm totally freaked out. What do I do? Oh man, that's heavy, right? Because I've felt that, I've experienced this. It's a really heavy place to be. And so the first thing that I shared with Scott was I said, hey, Scott, check it out, man. Like, understand that it's not you, right? Because I've been watching Scott for a long time and he's been crushing it, doing really well, serving his clients at a very high level. See, he's an agency owner and literally he said, hey, I lost these 3 clients this week and it was unexpected and it just hurts my cash flow and I'm at this place now where I can't really move forward. What do I do? If you've been in this place, first of all, comment like yes below because it's a pretty delicate place to be and it sucks. Nobody wants to ever be there. But here's the one thing that I'm going to share with you, Scott, is this. Take a second before you freak out, right? Take 5 minutes. Like a great lesson I heard was take 5 minutes and freak out, yell, scream, punch the table, do whatever you got to do, headbutt the wall or whatever it takes. Get that just like anger out, right? Because after you get the anger out, you're in a place of serenity and calmness. And then take a second and think back to before you had those 3 clients. Before you had those 3 clients, you were doing something really valuable. You were outreaching, you were looking for people, you were connecting with them. You figured out how to get those 3 clients into your business. Super valuable. Guess what? You did it back then and you can do it again for yourself right now. So all you have to do is remember, how did you get those clients in the first place? Because the economy is going to be what it's going to be. The things are going to happen that are going to happen. But the key is that if you have consistent and persistent action, planting your flag or basically being the rock in the river where all the water runs around you, and you say, hey, listen, it's okay. There's a great lesson that I recently heard. I'll see if I can repeat it. I just watched a YouTube video actually on it, and literally it was about this farmer, and this farmer, he was he had just got this new horse. And he'd been working with this horse and plowing his yard and everything else. And all of a sudden, one day, the horse got out of the cage and ran away. And all of his neighbors came to him and they said, farmer, like, this is a horrible tragedy. Your horse ran away. And the farmer's response literally was, we'll see. And the next day, the horse came back. But not only did the horse come back, the horse brought with him a stable of stallions, like 4 other horses. And the farmer was like, wow, that's really amazing. Like, we just got my horse back. I'm super excited about that, so I can keep working. But I also have these other 4 horses now that can help in the process. And all of the neighbors came over and they said, farmer, this is amazing. This is a miracle. You just got your horse back plus all these other horses. And he said, we'll see. Right. And so now what he said was the next day he decides to get his son out to go and train these thoroughbred horses. So he gets his son out, they put him in the cage, they're running him around, and the son gets on the horse and he actually gets bucked off the horse and he breaks his leg. And all the neighbors are watching him try to train these horses and they go, oh, farmer, your son, he's just broken his leg. Right. This is a terrible problem. Like, oh no, he's not gonna be able to help you on the farm. And again, the farmer turns to him and says, we'll see. And then that very next day, the Army recruiters came through with the demand to have every single able-bodied male go to war. Well, they passed over his son because he had a broken leg from the horse that he was riding. And all of a sudden, the neighbors figured, or they heard about this, and they run back to his house and they said, hey, like, farmer, this is amazing. Your son doesn't have to go to war. And he said, yeah, we'll see. And so the point in me sharing all of this story is for you to understand, like, conditions outside of forces are going to be against you or for you. And there's always this ebb and flow in the universe. And I've noticed it to be true in my world. And I've seen it in a lot of other business owners' worlds, that literally, like, what comes, if there's a negative that hits you, like, for example, Scott losing 3 clients, guess what? Tomorrow, there's a reason that happened to you. There's another door that's going to open. And so if I can pour anything into you, Scott, or anybody that's been in this position, just understand that it happened for a reason. It's probably out of your control. And you found those 3 clients in the beginning. So you know how to do that. It's not a tragedy. It's probably a blessing. Maybe those clients were annoying clients. You never know, right? But the key to remember is this, Scott, like you did it once, you can do it again. And I'm just letting you know that whether it was Facebook prospecting or LinkedIn or Instagram, or maybe you have a Salesforce that's out there that's hunting for you. Again, we just have to turn up the jets a little bit and get that activity consistent and persistent, and your message just blanketing the right people, because at the end of the day, more people are going to come towards you if you're putting out those vibes of, hey, I actually really help people and now I have some capacity, right? It gives you another strong play as a sales professional. What I would do is I'd say, actually, we just actually got rid of 3 of our old clients and we have some more capacity for new. And I'd like to interview you to see if you might be a right fit for me to actually solve this problem and create an impact for you and your business. And that conversation is going to be powerful because people are going to say, oh, they've got time to help me on my business if I'm the prospect. And literally, Scott, you can go out and win those businesses again. So with that said, guys, I just wanted to share, this was a great one. And, whether it's going to be getting into that Facebook messaging again and doing some outreach and, building up a group of wherever your community or your tribe is going to congregate, that's going to be valuable for you. And literally, that's it. You did it once, so we can do it again. And we're here to support you. Dude, we are locked arms with you. We feel you. I've been through this. I know a lot of other people have. And I know one thing's for sure is if you stay the course and you stay focused on the effort and the impact and the help that you're giving these other clients, you will find more. And you'll find better ones than the 3 that just left you. And here's the other piece of it. When the time turns, when the economy shifts even a little bit more, those 3 clients most likely will come back to you. I've seen that over and over and over again. Maybe it gives you a little bit of breathing room to dive into on your business side and figure out what systems you need to put in place to secure clients for even a longer period of time, or fix the things that you feel like you needed to be fixed that have been putting off for a little bit of time. This might give you a little bit of bandwidth while your team is out hunting for new deals, while you're out like continuing your prospecting work. And here's the thing about prospecting, guys, it doesn't have to be 100% on all the time. One of the biggest tips that I learned from one of my coaches was prospecting is not the sexiest thing on the planet. And I think we can all agree on that. But one thing is for certain, every business needs to be prospecting all the time, right? If it's not daily, it better be at least 3-4 times a week. And what I wanted to share with you is, like, if you set a consistent block of time, whether it be 1 hour or 2 hours a day, or Scott, if in your case now you have a little more time, 3-4 hours a day until you can fill that capacity up, or so you can serve, then focus on prospecting. It's just a shift in what you're doing. So let the emotions and the hate and all that other like nasty feelings just kind of slip and float off you. Take that 5-minute rule. Give yourself 5 minutes to freak out, right? I call it the 5-minute freak out. Something really bad happens in your world, freak out for 5 minutes. It's okay, but that's all you get. Now just cut yourself off and let's put yourself in a headspace where you remember, hey, take a second. How did I create those clients? How did I gain that new business? Think back to how you did it and go do it again, because you can do it for sure. Now, again, I mentioned Facebook prospecting is one of the greatest ways to do it. We've built multi-million-dollar businesses just from one channel alone. And so, again, I think you're in the right place, Scott. Like, understand that you got support, man. Everything's going to be all right. As I just recently interviewed Peng Joon, he's a great, big influencer that he's spoken on like 130 different, like 130 different stages in something like 50 countries or something crazy. And one of the things I asked him was, hey, if you were to write a letter to yourself 5 years ago, what would you tell yourself? And his response literally was, I would tell myself, Peng, everything's going to be okay. And so, Scott, I'm going to stay here and I'm planting my feet and letting you know that even though 3 clients have walked out of your doors, there's 3 more that are waiting. There's 5 more that are waiting. When you put the system in that can accommodate that, there's going to be 10 more that are waiting. And if you turn up the prospecting activity, take the emotion out of the game, and just set up a block so you can consistently reach out to people and start conversations. Because literally, listen, the conversation that you start is not going to be a closed deal. The salespeople that get it wrong are the I call salespeople, traditional salespeople, not sales professionals. Salespeople are always out there just trying to sell something to somebody. Whoever can breathe, that they're qualified, I'm going to go try to sell something. That's commission breath. We don't want commission breath. We want to be a sales professional. A sales professional is designed to guide and help others to achieve impact and create results. And if that's the focus and we stay behind that, like, then the conversations get a lot easier. And every time we're doing a social outreach effort, it doesn't feel slimy. It doesn't feel salesy. It feels, hey, no, I'm just going to go connect with this person and have a conversation and see, like, hey, let's talk about your business. Let's talk about my business. I want to see what you're doing. I want you to see what I'm doing, because A, we could figure out a way that where we could work together. Maybe I could be your client. Maybe you could be my client. B, if that doesn't work out, that's fine. Let's figure out who we can work together with, so I can refer you the right people so that you can make the impact and grow businesses, because I know a lot of people that may be needing exactly what you're doing, and I can just make the introduction and you can create and serve. And that's the whole key of what our community and what our network is designed to be around, guys, is like literally start having great conversations. Chris and I are doing a lot of work to interview every single person that comes into this group, simply for that reason, so that you can start an easy conversation with another business owner, because you are in our family of sales ascenders, and literally just start talk about us. Like there's a commonality point that you can talk about this group. What's the biggest value that you've gotten out of it? I don't know if you guys caught Adel Amarcy's interview from last week that Chris did, but it was fire. Literally, Adel took a young girl named Namita, and she built out her whole entire webinar on the live. And then he worked with another Adrian Teasdale and helped Adrian to basically build out their website or make some adjustments that will get them higher conversions. I haven't heard the results on that stuff, but guys, this is what this community is for. It's here for you so you can grow and prosper. And again, Scott, thank you for coming to me with this. I know it's a sensitive matter, but just understand, dude, you did it once, you can do it again.